guys, what's happening and welcome back to our channel. Strange just got interesting. Stranger Things is undoubtedly one of the biggest shows in recent memories, and it has grown a significant fan base right after the first season was released. Almost everything looks perfect on the screen, and the behind-the-scenes stories of the show couldn't make a film of its own. If you don't know what we're talking about, head on in and have a look at 10 behind-the-scenes facts of Stranger Things. Number 10. Gaten Matarazzo's health. The character Dustin Henderson on the show Stranger Things was played by Gaten Matarazzo. The reality is, the two share some real health conditions. In Season 3, Dustin says he has no collarbones, which make crawling through vents easier for him, and the truth is, this is a real condition called cleidocranial dysplasia that Gaten has. Under this problem, there's an abnormal development of some parts of the skeleton. Gaten had this condition by birth, and the show's creator decided to make it a part of the actual show.
Right here,
Do y'all see that?
there are chains on there, and what it's doing is it's actually pulling down my front teeth there.
Number 9. Monsters. The perfect integration of CGI and visual effects in the creation of Stranger Things did give us an impression that the monsters on the show were real. From the very first season, the Duffer Brothers intended to use as little CGI as possible, so the monster from the Upside Down in the show was a real guy dressed in the same suit. Actor Mark Stager used his real hands to move the huge Demogorgon arms.
While the rest of the world was scared of the Mind Flayer, the CGI director was off doing this.
Number 8. Billy's barbells. While we do know that almost every heavy thing on set is a prop for Stranger Things, the reality is different. Billy's sauna fight against Eleven had a lot of real items instead of props. For example, the door that Billy ran into to break and escape. The door was very much real and was locked so that the stunt double could actually smash it. Besides this, the barbells that Eleven tries to crush Billy with were also real. Real barbells were used half the time to achieve authenticity in their action. Of course, a rubber barbell was used to actually hold a man up against the wall. The actor's safety is priority number 1. Number 7. Starcourt Crash. One of the biggest stunts the show had was the car crash that happened in the Starcourt Mall. This was when we saw Eleven use her ultimate powers to fling a car across the court and smash it into the wall. It was rather destructive, but did you know that the scene was shot in reality? There was no CGI used to shoot the scene, and it was in fact an actual car crash. The scene was shot with a second unit and stunt doubles were used in the process. It was made to look practical and real, and they were successful in it. The result was truly worth it.
What's wrong with
What's wrong?
My leg.
Her leg, okay. Get down. Al, are you okay? Al!
Number 6. Prop firearms. Now you do know that quite a lot of props on the set were in fact real, and one of them was not. Firearms and dangerous weapons were of course all fake. On the show, we saw Nancy using smaller firearms and the Russians using bigger weaponry. Most of them were replicas and couldn't actually shoot. They had to keep the cast and crew safe from any unforeseen circumstance, which is why the decision was taken. The visual effects team later added the sound and imagery to make it look real. The only time they used real firearms was when the cast and crew members were far away. They shot blank rounds for real sound and images. It's fair to assume now that the creators of Stranger Things had thought of everything.
Mom was young. My dad was older, but he had a cushy job. money, came from a good family. So they bought a nice house at the end of the cul-de-sac. Started their nuclear family.
Screw that.
Yeah. Screw that.
Number 5, Hopper's entanglement with the mayor. If you thought the creators of Stranger Things were only brave enough to bring real props to the set, you must also know that they were gutsy enough to incorporate real fighting scenes in the show too. Season 3 introduced the mayor of Hawkins, Larry Klein. When Hopper came to interrogate the mayor at this office, things got heated up and he actually gave him a good spanking. If you thought stunt doubles performed this fight, then you were wrong. The actor who played Hopper, David Harbour, did the fighting scene himself along with the mayor, played by Carrie Elwes, and it was totally worth it.
Who is this guy? Is he government? Is he military? Who is he?
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Number 4, fireworks. As stated before, the production and graphics team working behind Stranger Things was perfect when it came to visual effects and CGI. Everything looked beyond real, and most of the time it was. Of course, the creators couldn't have put their cast members in danger. Sometimes they had to use fake props, but add fake graphics and sound to make it look real. The episode inside the Star Court Mall was truly intense. We saw the gang of kids throwing fireworks at the monster to save Eleven that exploded in its mouth. Did you guys know that the fireworks were indeed real, but they didn't just explode at the time? They shot prop fireworks that were later made to look real through VFX.
Play this, you ugly piece of shit!
Number 3, Hopper versus Gregory. The scenes at the Star Court Mall were nothing when it came to the time it took for the crew to shoot the final fight between Hopper and the Russian hitman Gregory. Can you believe the filming of the scene took an intense 4.5 days to shoot? Well, this is indeed true. The actors spent a lot of time preparing and coordinating their fight. All their hard work paid off phenomenally towards the end.
I'll see you in hell!
Number 2, Stephen King endorsement. Millie Bobby Brown had her status boosted way before Stranger Things came into being by Stephen King. He saw her on the BBC show Intruders, where she held a starring role. Although the show only ran for a season, King was able to identify her talent and hoped all child actors were like her. This is also why Stephen King is a huge fan of the show, and the Duffer Brothers are super proud of it.
Well, Stephen King, I haven't met him in person, but he tweeted about our show and we've exchanged some emails with him, and that still blows my mind because
Number 1, the van flip scene. One of the bigger moments in the first season of Stranger Things is when Eleven flips the van in episode 7. The scene was big and powerful enough to explain that Eleven is not someone to be messed with. The Buffers decided they wanted to do the scene without the use of CGI, but many sources told them that it was impossible given the size and weight of the van. However, the brothers were not taking no for an answer. They triggered explosives under the van to send it into the air, and the test was so successful that it was approved for shooting. For the actual scene, the scene had to be taken twice because it failed the first time, causing damage to the production equipment. So do let us know what you thought about these behind the scenes facts of Stranger Things in the comments section below, and whether you're shocked or surprised or a little bit of both. We'd love to hear all about it. And if you like the content that we put out on this channel and want to see more of it, then do show us your support by smashing that like button right now and subscribing to our channel if you haven't already, so you can catch up on more juicy content such as this in the future. And with that, I'll be catching you guys later in another video. Bye now.